Hello, brothers and sisters out there, and anybody watching. Praise the Lord. Let's get into it. So, the topic I'm going to get in today is murmuring. What is murmuring? Well, a muttered complaint or protest, the expression of dissatisfaction, dissatisfaction in a low muttering voice, any expression of complaint or discontent. So basically, it's complaining. What do we complain about nowadays? We don't get things our way. We don't make enough money. We don't like our job. How people treat us. About how you should have done this, but you did that. You wish. All you have is shouldas, couldas, and you wouldas in life. This displeases the Lord. This is a sin, and it's actually a sin that it's one of a sin that people don't really remember now. They don't even realize that they're sinning, but complaining is sinning. It displeases the Lord. Let's get into it now, okay? Okay, book of 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 10. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer. So it's that serious. Let's get to the story linked to this verse in the Old Testament, right? This was before Jesus. So we want to go to Book of Numbers, chapter 11, verse 1. And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord, and the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. Wow, if the Lord did this to you, that's how mad he got over complaining. Have you heard about the city? You ever heard about Gomorrah? Sodom and Gomorrah? You know how that city was destroyed because they were practicing sexual immorality, homosexuality and stuff. So you gotta understand, homosexuality is up there with complaining, I guess, because it was both approached with fire, right? Brimstone rained from the heavens, which are asteroids. Okay, it rained from the heavens and it destroyed that whole place where Sodom and Gomorrah was because they had you know what I'm saying? And this complaining, he set a fire against that as well. So yeah, complaining is pretty serious, people, right? Let's get into Book of Philippians. Book of Philippians, chapter 2, verse 4. Philippians 2:14. Chapter 2, verse 14. Do all things without murmurings and disputings. 15. That ye may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God, without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom ye shine as lights in the world. Okay, so basically, we are supposed to be examples to believers and non-believers. As a Christian, we're not supposed to complain. Even in this world that we're living in, all this corruption stuff, we're supposed to hold it down, keep firm, stand firm like an oak tree. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, let's get into the book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 16. Okay. These are murmurers, complainers, walking after their own lusts, and their mouths speak great swelling words, having men's persons in administration because of advantage. So basically, when people murmur, they complain, they don't get it. They don't get things their way. And what do they want? What is wanting something with lust? So when people don't get things their way, they murmur, they complain because they lust for something. A check don't come in the mail. It comes in a couple of days. but you thought it was coming on that day, and then you're moping, you're complaining. So then when you open up your mouth, okay, say someone comes along, gives you a look, and you think it's a wrong way, or someone says something to you, and then you open up your mouth and you curse them, swelling words. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, murmuring goes up there with lust, and lust is a sin. Sin, lust, pride is one of those seven sins or something. But lust, pride, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's pretty serious, people. Book of 2 Timothy 1:7. 2 Timothy 1:7. 2 Timothy book Book of 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. For God had not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. So if we have a sound mind, we won't take things to the head if we don't get anything our way. So we won't murmur. And the spirit gives us nothing but power as well, self-control. So if you can self-control, you can control your mouth. So you can control the murmuring, right? So I'm trying to say, people. So now let's go. Like I said, it's pretty serious, peeps. Book of Colossians 3:8. Book of Colossians 3:8. Book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 8. But now ye also put off all these but now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Like I said, if we don't get things our way, sometimes when people don't get things their way, they open up their mouth, and then when they open up their mouth, they're murmuring. And when you're murmuring, you might say something out of wrath, out of anger, out of rage, and this goes against. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't get things your way. You start pillow talk, whisper to yourself like, "Oh, curse, 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 curse! I wish I had curse." You know what I'm trying to say? It's serious, man. Like I said, it's serious. Murmuring goes beyond your imagination, beyond your control. I feel do it. I'm saying. Okay, so Book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 29. Verse 29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. So basically, like I said, when you open up your mouth, don't speak corruption. No, don't. When people don't get stuff their way, when they open their mouth, they complain. They say stuff corrupted. They say things that's not edifying. When you open up your mouth, it should be edifying, encouraging. You should be encouraging people, complimenting people. Have your own opinion about stuff. Like I said, it's serious, peeps. Book of James, now. Book of James. Book of James. Chapter 5, verse 9. Chapter 5, verse 9. Chapter 5, verse 9. Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. Like I said, things don't go our way, because what if someone says, okay, they broke a promise with you, or they said they couldn't do something because they're busy. Now, some people, depending on their mood, the type of person they are, they're misunderstood people. What they do, they're gonna take it the other way and say, "Yeah, yeah, you just did it on purpose," and then they have a grudge. See, it's people like that, man. It goes beyond like Metelia. So seriously, like grudging is not what you know what I'm saying. No, 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 no. Verse James 5:9. James verse. Okay, Book of James, chapter 5, verse 9. Yeah, so like I said, it goes beyond this, people. So yeah, I didn't even know it was a sin, ladies and gentlemen. I used to murmur. So preach, what you preach, you practice what you preach. And I'm gonna practice this, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm trying to let you know that yes, I was murmuring, I was complaining, and I realize now, like I told you, ladies and gentlemen, I told you in the beginning, murmuring, like complaining doesn't do nothing, but you're thinking about the same thing over and over again. You're not doing nothing but complaining. You're not taking actions, and actions speak louder than words. Understand that, peeps. So think about it. Okay, think about it. You're talking about the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then it's just being rewired, it's being burnt into your brain. And then the next day, let me tell you, like, when I now I'm not really complaining though. I have that on my mind, the back of my head. Okay, do not complain, don't murmur, because it displeases the Lord, and I was still doing it, and I was praying to the Lord still, but I still felt him, like, he knew that I didn't know. The Lord knew that I didn't know I was sinning. But I told, because I felt like I wasn't doing anything wrong, and I was still feeling like like I didn't do anything wrong, and he was still there. Like I told you, he never left you. He knew you knew it was. He knew you didn't know, and now he knows that you know. So when, okay, here's a story. When the Lord was fasting, when Jesus was fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, right? I think he was in the wilderness or something. Yeah, wilderness in the desert, right? He had no food. He had water, of course. No food, no wine, nothing. Did he complain? Did the Lord complain? And let me tell you, 40 days and nights. So it's basically 40 days he fasted, because there's one night and there's one day in 24 hours, right? There's a nighttime and a daytime. So did the Lord complain? Did it even state in the book that he complained? No, he did not complain. So if the Lord for 40 days, 40 days and 40 nights, no food, nothing. I only had water, consumed water, not, but 40 days. People before a month, 30 days, people are gonna complain. They're like, no, this is too much. The Lord never complained. So we shouldn't complain as well. Let me tell you, man. It goes deeper than that, people. But ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the too much yelling downstairs, man. Shoot, man. Like I said, man, murmuring goes deep. You know what I'm saying? Like murmuring is, I can't stop complaining. I can't stop blinking for some reason. But you know what? Like I'm not complaining about that because there's nothing I can do about it. I have to wait until it goes away, right? There's a lot of things that I go through that I used to complain a lot. So now I'm not complaining about that anymore because number one, it's not worth it. Complain for what? You know what I'm saying? So it's whatever. Trying to find the story, yeah? Check this, okay? Book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 1, all the way down. I'll show you. And Jesus, being full of the Holy Ghost, returned from Jordan, and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, being 40 days tempted of the devil. And in those days he did eat nothing. And when they were ended, he afterwards hungered. And the devil said unto him, If thou see, does it say anything here where the Lord complained? No, it doesn't say. So if the Lord endured fasting. That's the ultimate test for murmuring, complaining. If he didn't complain and murmur, that means we shouldn't do either. So you got to think about yourself. Either solve the problem. That's it. And then you'll stop talking about it, stop thinking about it as well. So it's in your hands. I promise that I'm going to work on it as well. So we should all practice as well, right?